Hello and welcome back to another Prezi HD video. Today we have another FIFA 16 video. This time it's about the celebrations available on FIFA 16. The first one is the point up celebration. Now to do this you hold LB or L2 of course on PlayStation and then use your right trigger left and then right. So flick it left and right. It's a pretty basic celebration as you can see on the screen in a moment's time. It's pretty simple to do. It's just an unusual celebration. And it's a just nice addition to the game. Simple as to add a bit more variation. Now, the next one is the stomach slide being sported by Di Maria. Now, you have to hold LT to do this, which is, I believe, on left trigger. So it's LT is on PlayStation L1. And then tap Y, which I think is triangle. Don't get me wrong, yes, triangle. So that's a pretty basic celebration, just a nice stomach slide, a bit of a variation on the current stomach slides that are available in the game, as you can see here, sported by Di Maria. Then we've got Sterling showing us the Vial O Robot. Now to do this you hold LB or L2 and flick the right trigger up and then the right trigger down. Now this celebration, it's quite a nice one, a bit of an adaptation of the original Peter Crouch robot of course, but it's nothing amazing. I quite like it, it will be used, and a lot of these celebrations are just basic celebrations that are new into the game. Some of them are quite cool, which I do like, I think they're quite cool additions, but that one's quite a nice one as well. And then this one I really love, I think this is going to be used so much, almost like the Dead Fish, Tim Cahill's Timber. Now to do this you hold LT, which is left trigger, and then press B, which I think is circle. Yes, it is circle on PlayStation. So basically, it's quite hilarious actually. You'll see Tim Cahill in a moment just drop dead to the floor, very much like the original Dead Fish celebration from many years ago, but we've not used very often these days, but I find it quite funny how he just lays on the floor as well. Then we've got the Glamour Slide sported by Giroud. Now to do this you hold RB, which is R2, and then flick the right trigger left and the right trigger left again in quite quick style. This one I think is quite cool. Of course it's a bit of a show-off celebration. If you want to use this, the best time to use it would probably be this situation where you're just playing a game and you're like, yep, we're all over these bosses, let's just go and do a Glamour Slide, we are the best team here situation kind of style. And then we've got Lacazette with the chest thump. Now to do this you hold the right trigger and flick RS down twice, which is of course the right trigger down twice. The chest bump is one that we've sort of wanted to see for a while, a King Kong style celebration. Of course King Kong, it makes everything feel like you are simply the best. Really nice addition to the game. I think this one will be used quite a lot in the future times. But up next we have actually got the Ride in the Wave corrected. Thank God for that. You guys already know how to do this, you can read it on the screen right now, and of course PlayStation Y is triangle I think. Yes, so it's so awesome to finally have a fixed Ride in the Wave. It was always really weird and he went too smooth. Now you can see in the animation here that Sturridge actually flips his hand one way, flips his hand the other, instead of smoothly flying his hands about. That is so good that that's fixed. I'm just really happy about that. Now, the knee slide foul. I really like this one. I don't understand how more footballers don't do it, but Harry Kane, of course, with the knee slide foul. Hold LT, the left trigger, and flick the right stick left 2 times. Now, that is a really nice addition, in my opinion. I might be using that quite a lot because I just find it quite funny. I didn't expect them to put something like this in, to be honest. Normally you don't expect normal celebrations, not celebrations that are fail, but every celebration on FIFA seems too pure and too good, if you know what I mean. Everything seems too perfect. That will add a bit of a difference to it. Now, the KO celebration by Alaba, of course, on Xbox you hold LB and tap XX. I believe X is square on PlayStation. Yes, it is. And basically he does the thumb and then looks up, making him look all hard, and then he just drops, basically like he'd been hit. And that's a nice addition. It's meh. I'm not too fussed about that one. That's not one I've particularly bothered about, but it's just a nice addition, I suppose. Quite famous last year, just you hurt your back doing that. But now the next one is camera interactions. I really like this. You've got the likes of Clint Dempsey, anyone in fact. If you sprint to the camera, they interact with it, which makes the cameramen seem a little more real. Last year they just seemed like 2D people. This year they still seem a bit like 2D. You can see they haven't really improved the camera people CGI or animation, if you like, very well. Their 3D renders are still very basic, very crowd-like from the original FIFAs, but the original, say like FIFA 11, FIFA 12 time. But it's just nice how they can interact with the cameras like they're actually a physical thing there, and the cameras actually move. And I especially like this one. That, I believe, is 1, 2, 3. I believe there Messi is counting out a hat-trick, I think. Or I think it is anyway. Now, I've always wanted to, after scoring a hat-trick, be able to run off and put your 3 fingers in the air like it's a hat-trick. Because when you score a hat-trick, there's nothing deciphering your celebration between your first 2 goals. And I think a hat-trick is a rare occasion, unless you're Messi, of course. So, I mean, it's nice to actually see that. And on the next clip, you'll see that the women's also are viewed for the only time in this trailer, as they have sub interactions. Then we have Roma as well having a bit of sub interaction there as they sprint to the substitutes and can celebrate with a substitute. It seems like it's only going to be one, because in every single one of these there's only one person with a bib on, so I'm presuming it's only 1 substitute animations. We'll find out, won't we? But that is pretty much going to wrap up this video. That is all the new celebrations that are available. If you do want to try them out, make sure you tell me which one's your favourite. I think it's a nice collection of celebrations, nothing special every year. You just get the few added that were sort of famous from last year, the new ones, and then a few corrected. You've got the traditional ones, of course, that have been on FIFA forever. But it's nice to have new celebrations to vary up the FIFAs, make everything feel a little different, and the smoothness of the celebration will also be very nice as well. So anyway, do that watching, and I will see you next time with more FIFA 16 content. I really do hope you enjoyed.